For years, Noah Lyles has been the face of American sprinting. Most fans believed no one could challenge him in a big race. But at the USA Indoor Championships, a young sprinter shocked the entire stadium. In just 6.45 seconds, Jordan Anthony defeated two of the biggest names in track and field, and this race changed everything. The setting for this moment was the Ocean Breeze Athletic Complex in Staten Island, New York. The indoor championships always bring together the fastest athletes in the country, and the men's 60-meter dash is often the most explosive event of the entire meet. The race lasts only a few seconds, but those seconds can decide careers. A perfect start, powerful acceleration, and flawless execution are all required. There is almost no room for mistakes. As the athletes prepared for the final, the attention of the crowd naturally focused on the biggest names in the field. Noah Lyles entered the race as one of the most accomplished sprinters in the sport. As the Olympic champion in the 100 meters and a multiple-time world champion in the 200 meters, Lyles carried enormous expectations every time he stepped onto the track. Even in the shorter 60-meter distance, where explosive starters sometimes have an advantage, Lyles remained a serious threat to win. Another major contender was Trayvon Bromell. Known for his powerful starts and exceptional acceleration, Bromell had long been considered one of the fastest men in the world. When healthy and in form, he had the ability to challenge anyone over short sprint distances. Many fans believed the race would come down to a battle between Bromell and Lyles. But there was another athlete quietly preparing in the starting blocks. Jordan Anthony was only 21 years old. Compared to the established stars beside him, he had far less experience at the professional level. However, those who had followed his career closely knew he possessed something special. Anthony's journey to that moment had been building for several years. He first gained national attention during his high school career, where he showed exceptional sprinting talent and remarkable speed for his age. His performances quickly made him one of the most promising young athletes in the country. After high school, Anthony continued developing his abilities at the collegiate level. Competing in the NCAA system gave him the opportunity to face elite competition regularly. The experience helped him sharpen his technique, strengthen his mental focus, and learn how to perform under pressure. By the time he turned professional, many experts believed he had the potential to become one of the next great American sprinters. Still, potential alone does not guarantee success. The transition from college to the professional level is often difficult. The competition becomes stronger, the expectations grow higher, and the margin for error becomes smaller. Young athletes must prove that they can compete with seasoned professionals who have already established their reputations. Heading into the 2026 indoor season, Anthony had already shown flashes of brilliance. His times were improving, his confidence was growing, and his performances suggested that he was ready to challenge the best athletes in the country. But beating a field that included Olympic champions and world-class veterans would require something extraordinary. The atmosphere inside the arena grew tense as the runners walked onto the track for the final. Fans leaned forward in their seats while cameras focused on each athlete. The announcer introduced the competitors one by one, building the excitement inside the stadium. When Noah Lyles stepped forward, the crowd responded with loud cheers. His reputation alone commanded attention. Trayvon Bromell also received a strong reaction from the audience, reflecting his status as one of the fastest starters in sprinting. Then came Jordan Anthony. Compared to the established stars, he appeared calm and focused. There was no dramatic celebration or exaggerated display of confidence. Instead, he looked like an athlete completely concentrated on the task ahead. The runners took their positions behind the starting blocks. In a race as short as the 60 meters, the start is everything. A slow reaction can end a runner's chances instantly. Every athlete knew that the entire race could be decided within the first few steps. The starter called the athletes to their marks. 8 sprinters lowered themselves into position. Hands pressed against the track. Feet set firmly against the blocks. Muscles tense with anticipation. For a moment, the entire arena seemed to hold its breath. Then, the gun fired. In an instant, the athletes exploded forward. Jordan Anthony reacted quickly, launching from the blocks with powerful acceleration. His first few strides were sharp and controlled, allowing him to build momentum almost immediately. Bromell also got off to a strong start, staying close as the runners surged down the straightaway. Noah Lyles, known more for his finishing speed over longer sprint distances, began accelerating as he tried to close the gap. But the 60-meter race leaves little time to recover from even the smallest disadvantage. Halfway through the race, Anthony was already moving with remarkable speed. His stride looked smooth and efficient as he continued driving forward. Bromell remained close, fighting to stay within reach. Lyles pushed hard behind them, but the distance was running out. In the final meters, Anthony held his form perfectly. His acceleration never faded. Each stride carried him closer to the finish line as the crowd realized something remarkable was unfolding. Then, in a flash, it was over. Jordan Anthony crossed the finish line first. The clock stopped at 6.45 seconds. For a brief moment, there was silence as the result registered. Then the arena erupted with excitement. Trayvon Bromell finished second with a time of 6.47 seconds. Noah Lyles crossed the line in third place with a time of 6.51 seconds. The young sprinter who had quietly prepared for his moment had just defeated two of the biggest names in American track and field. For Jordan Anthony, the victory represented more than just a race win. It was the first national title of his professional career. It confirmed that he was no longer simply a rising prospect. He had officially arrived as one of the fastest sprinters in the country. The result also sent a powerful message about the changing landscape of American sprinting. For years, athletes like Lyles and Bromell had dominated the spotlight. Their achievements and personalities helped shape the sport's narrative, but every generation eventually faces a new wave of challengers. Anthony's performance suggested that this transition may already be underway. Track and field has always been a sport where new stars emerge quickly. The difference between victory and defeat can be measured in hundredths of a second. A single breakthrough performance can instantly transform an athlete's career. For Anthony, the 6.45-second run placed him among the fastest sprinters in the world over the indoor distance. It also demonstrated that he possesses the explosive start and acceleration required to compete with the very best. After the race, analysts began discussing the significance of the result. Some viewed it as a sign that Anthony could become one of the leading figures in American sprinting in the coming years. Others emphasized that the race highlighted the incredible depth of talent within the United States. The competition between generations is one of the most exciting aspects of track and field. Established champions bring experience, confidence, and proven success. Younger athletes bring hunger, speed, and the determination to prove themselves. When those forces collide on the track, unforgettable moments often follow. For Noah Lyles, the third-place finish did not erase his remarkable accomplishments. He remains one of the most accomplished sprinters of his era and continues to be a dominant force in global competition. However, the result served as a reminder that the sport is constantly evolving. Even the greatest champions must adapt as new challengers rise. For Trayvon Bromell, the race showed that he remains a powerful contender in the shortest sprint events. His strong start and second-place finish demonstrated that he still has the speed to compete at the highest level. But the spotlight that night belonged to Jordan Anthony.